Today's Namaste Yoga continues our Yoga Stories 2 series with the Ayurvedic mantra and nourishing your soul. Hello and welcome to episode 247 of Namaste Yoga. I'm Dr. Melissa West. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is the first day of October when we're filming this. It will be the third day of October when you're viewing it. So it will be the final day of Navratri when you're viewing it. If you're viewing it on the first day that it's aired. And it will be Yom Kippur too when you're viewing it. So happy Yom Kippur, happy final day of Navratri. It's a very special time of the year, the changing of the seasons. It's a beautiful time for letting go and gathering the harvest of the season, and a beautiful time for nourishing our soul, which is what we will be doing today. We are at Government House today in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, my home. And this is one of the places that Tim and I love to come and walk. Last time we came and walked here, there was this cat that came in. And we went to one bench and the cat came and lay down on our lap, my lap in particular. And then we went to another bench and the cat followed us and lay down on our lap and my lap again in particular and had a nap. So we sat for a long time while this cat napped on her lap. It was really sweet. So it's a beautiful place. Gorgeous gardens. We love coming here. We love filming here too. It's just in the background you can see the mountains and you can't see the mountains, but behind me the mountains are there, and the Straits of Juan de Fuca. It's really a beautiful and special place. So we love it here. I want to thank Squeezed Yoga Clothing for my clothes. I'm wearing one of the new headbands today with the cherry blossoms on them. And I'm wearing a long-sleeved bamboo top with the Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu on it. And that mantra means, may all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute to the happiness of my own life, of their lives. And then I'm wearing long leggings, navy leggings with the Om Mani Padme Om mantra around it, which is about the jewel in the lotus. So I'm filled with mantras today, and we're singing mantras as well. Also, thanks to Dusky Leaf for our props. You're going to need your yoga mat, of course, and a bolster. I've got the round bolster today. That's one of the newer bolsters in their line. And a meditation cushion or a folded blanket to sit on for your meditations. That will make things easier, or maybe a chair, whatever works best for you today. I also wanted to let you know about our membership site. That's where we house our value-added content. Right now, I'm busy working on a new series that our members have requested. We just recently polled our members with a survey, and they requested a core series, a series to work on their cores. So a lot of people have said to me, oh, there's going to be a lot of sit-ups and it's going to be a lot of boat pose, and this is going to be a core series like you've never seen before. I think you're going to be surprised. It's going to allow you to awaken your core in a way that you've never maybe thought of before. So I'm looking forward to keeping you on your toes about that with that series. And on our membership site, we have value-added content. We give you shorter classes because that's one of the perks of being a member. They're shorter classes that you can do before you go to work. They're easier to fit into your busy days. So there'll be a series of short classes. Also, the other benefit is not just videos on our membership site. There are three main things that we give you on our membership site: the value-added content, community, and support to deepen your yoga practice. So tomorrow, for example, we're coming together as a community for a meetup where you get to see each other on video and we talk to each other to deepen our practice with yoga philosophy, to study the Bhagavad Gita. And that's one of the main texts of yoga philosophy, and it teaches you how to live day to day. It talks about our work, karma yoga, how our work is a practice of yoga. And so Molly and I, who team teach yoga philosophy on the membership site, will be there with you tomorrow to help you deepen your practice of yoga together as a community on the membership site. So I also have a testimonial from Shannon Valley via email, and she says, "Dear Melissa, I have been practicing and following your shows for over 2 years." Oops, my Kindle just turned off. I am also an open-hearted graduate. So that just means she's a graduate of my Mentor with Melissa course. Your teachings, practices, and commitment to your students is invaluable. The deeper I connect with your practices, the more I am able to make the life connections in my life. 6 months, I helped to care for my mother-in-law who suffered from a horribly painful disease. It broke my heart to watch her struggle, yet I also feel blessed that we were able to comfort her in a small way. Throughout this experience, I kept coming back to your practices. Where am I feeling this emotion in my body? How am I breathing? And what's happening now? What awareness do I have so I can be in this experience now? If I didn't have your practices, I know from experience that I would be stuck in an old pattern. Honestly, I can close my eyes and click on one of your classes, and in some way, I can make a connection to what's happening now in my life and use whatever mindfulness arose from my experience in your class. Just recently, 2 months after my mother-in-law's passing, my father was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Before practicing with you, I would have fallen apart. And this is touching me. I'd be filled with paralyzing fear. I'm worried about my dad, and I'm able to feel my feet on the ground beneath me. Right now, my big practice is acceptance with what's here now. And I don't like that this is happening, but I learned from my own well-being and that of my family, I can only take one breath at a time. I feel as if I was looking through a dirty window, and I have found a way to use my sleeves so that I can see with some clarity right now. Thank you for the gift of your teachings and for your beautiful way of sharing and celebrating your human beingness. Much love, Shannon. So thank you, Shannon, for that beautiful testimonial. It's touched my heart, and I'm grateful for those of you who take the teachings and allow it to touch you so deeply in your lives. So let's get started today. We're going to start with resting over your bolsters today. We're going to do a lot of heart-opening postures to nourish our soul. I feel like our souls reside in our hearts. And we're going to open up our heart centers today. So you'll need your bolsters to start. And a brown one, that's why I chose the brown one. Rest back over your bolster with the bolster at the base of your rib cage and your arms out to the side. And take some breaths into your heart center. Allow yourself to arrive here now. Breathing into your heart center, breathing out, allowing yourself to sink more into your bolster. And take one more deep breath in right into your heart center. And exhale. And then bend your knees. Roll to your side. And you're going to roll over onto your stomach and take your bolster. You're going to still use that. And place it underneath your chest. So that it's supporting you for Sphinx pose here. And again, it's focusing on opening up your heart. Just going to tuck your toes under, lift your knee, lengthen out your leg. Do that on both sides. Tuck your toes under, lift your knee, lengthen out through the front of your hips so your low back is long. And then rest and hold here. So this starts to bend your spine backwards. Also, it's very nourishing for your kidneys. This is a very common yin pose, and the Ayurveda mantra is all about nourishing yourself. So today we nourish our soul. Nourishing your kidneys is really important for nourishing your overall energy, your energy, your essence energy. We spoke a lot about this in the Nourishing Your Eye class. Or maybe that was your hearing class. One of those. And in traditional Western medicine, your adrenals sit right on top of your kidneys. So a lot of you are experiencing adrenal fatigue. So this is really good for your adrenals as well. Nourishing your adrenals. So this is a pose much like legs up the wall pose that is really great for nourishing your overall energy. You could do it daily. So in the spirit of Ayurveda, nourishing your overall energy, coming at nourishing ourselves from so many different aspects, we're doing this pose today. Stay with your breath. And then from here, you're going to slowly push up onto all fours. Draw your knees up underneath you. And you're going to come into child's pose. You're going to take both arms long. I'm still dealing with supraspinatus in my left shoulder, tendonitis in my left shoulder. So you'll take both arms long as you fold forward. I'm going to bring my one arm down. And if this position doesn't work for you in your body today, you can always lie on your back and hug your knees into your chest. If you have knee problems, hold on behind your knees on your hamstrings. And then come up onto a comfortable seated position. You can either sit with a meditation cushion, you can sit kneeling on your block, or you could sit in a chair, whatever works best for you today. We're going to do our Ayurdehi mantra with the Vajra Pradhan Mudra. So the way that the Vajra Pradhan Mudra works is that you just cross your fingertips at the first knuckle and you point your thumbs straight up. So this mudra increases spiritual confidence, promotes humility, increases one's commitment to spiritual life. It can be used during prayer, especially while expressing your desire for spiritual guidance or assistance on the path of spiritual cultivation. And the reason you can think about while we're chanting the mantra today, a lot of people say that one of the quickest paths to enlightenment is through mantra. It's just the easiest path. So when we're thinking about nourishing our soul, that's one of the reasons why we are chanting today. So you can continue to hold the mudra while I lead us through the mantra. We will do call and response one time. Let's make space with breath and a sigh. Ayurdehi, Ayurdehi, Pranam Dehi, Pranam Dehi, Apanam Dehi, Apanam Dehi, Vyanam Dehi, Vyanam Dehi, Chakshur Dehi, Chakshur Dehi, Shrotam Dehi, Shrotam Dehi, Mano Dehi, Mano Dehi, Vacham Dehi, Vacham Dehi Atmanam Dehi Atmanam Dehi Pratishtham Dehi Pratishtham Dehi Mam Dehi Mam Dehi Mai Dehi Mai Dehi. So continue to hold the mudra while you receive the teachings for this week. So this week we will focus on the 9th line of this mantra, which I sang wrong while we were doing it, which is Atmanam Dehi, Atmanam Dehi, which means may my soul be nourished. And our souls are defined as the spiritual part of our being, believed to survive death and all of life's traumas and dramas. So it's a part of ourselves that are unchanged by this human experience. As yogis, we have the opportunity to turn inward and focus on the sacred aspects of our being and our life too. And there's a beautiful poem by Kabir that illustrates this point perfectly, and I chose the translation by Robert Bly. So Kabir says, "Don't go outside your house to see flowers. My friend, don't bother with that excursion. Inside your body there are flowers. One flower has 1,000 petals. That will do for a place to sit. Sitting there you will have a glimpse of beauty, inside the body and out of it, before gardens and after gardens." And it helps to be in a beautiful garden too. I'm just looking around at this gorgeous place too. It's very inspiring for my soul. So if we are going to nourish our soul, then we can bring our awareness to treat ourselves as sacred beings, as gods and goddesses, worthy of our own loving kindness. From there, we can go into our relationships and treat those that we love with the same tenderness and grace. We can reflect on our actions and imbue them with a sense of sacred as well. When we wake up in the morning, we can make our bed as an act of service to the divine. And every morning, I'm so lucky, Tim makes our bed. He makes our bed for me, the goddess. And he does it so beautifully each morning, and it's so wonderful to come back into the room and see it made so wonderfully. So these tiny acts of service each day, they do get appreciated. They do. We can wash the dishes as though we are bathing the baby Buddha. I know the first time I joke about this too, but the first time this was suggested to me as a practice and I started realizing the way that I wash the dishes, I thought, oh my God, I'm drowning the baby Buddha. But the longer I've been doing this practice, the more I enjoy this practice of washing the dishes and getting the dishes really clean, and just the feeling of the warm water and the sensualness of it, and imagining that each dish is as precious as the baby Buddha. Some days it goes better than others. Some days I'm still drowning the baby Buddha, but it's a practice just like everything else. So in other words, every thought, word, and action in our day can be infused with the sense of the sacred, and we can, every breathing moment can be a chance to nourish our souls. Throughout the day, we can use reminders such as our cell phone ringing, and even the sirens going off in our town or our city to stop what we are doing and take a look around. Take time to notice your breath. Notice your surroundings. And take in the abundance of sights, sounds, and textures all around you. And appreciate the divinity that is right at hand. Because it's a beautiful world, and there's so much here to nourish our souls. So reflect on these teachings that are being offered to you this week. and allow yourself to receive them. And decide what it is that you are trying to create, sustain, let go of, or rebirth in your life, and create an intention for what it is you would like to receive from your practice today. And then once you've formed your intention, you can move onto all fours for Marjarasana, cat pose. So hands under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and exhale, round up through your back, and then inhale and arch through your back. Breathe out as you round and feel all the space between the vertebrae in your back. And inhale as you arch. And then walk your hands back to your knees. And come up onto your knees. And then you'll walk your left leg through into lunge pose, opening up the fronts of your hips. Then sink down into your front left foot, come upright. And take that mudra that we were using for nourishing your soul here. And then release that down. Let's switch sides. So step your left leg back and walk your right leg through. Opening up the front of your left hip here. And then sink down through your front right foot, come upright. Still opening up the front of your left hip and coming back to that mudra that we're using to nourish our soul. And then release that, come back onto all fours. And we're going to do a little bit of a balancing pose here on all fours, which should be interesting here because I'm sure you've seen me kind of wobbling around here on this really rather uneven ground here. You're going to take your left leg to the back of your mat and your right arm forward, and then lift your arm and leg. Bend your left leg. Reach your right arm around behind you to hold onto your right foot, and then open that up. Did you hear that? That's what we call lucky. That's a acorn that missed my head just very, very, that fell right there in front of my head. Okay. All right, ready to try the other side? You're going to take your right leg to the back of the mat, your left arm forward. Lift your left arm and your right leg. And then you're going to bend your right leg, reach your left arm around behind you. So now you're going to see what happens if you can't reach, because this might not work for me on the side. It's not going to. So if it doesn't work, then you're just going to do what you can. You're going to hold your leg. So for me on this side, the arm's not going to work. So I'm going to hold my leg and lift open my chest and just leave the arm out. Yeah, I'm going to leave the arm out. So that's going to be my modification. But if you can, you're going to hold on to your foot on the other side. So do what you can. Or you could maybe use your yoga strap too. And then slowly lower down. And we're going to sit back into child's pose again. Your arms are going to go out straight in front of you, both your arms. Again, my one arm's going to come in just to modify for myself. But you'll have both your arms straight out. Then from here, you're going to roll up. You can either come into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, or tuck your toes under and slowly make your way up to standing. Okay, from standing, we're going to come into Anuvitasana, just a standing back bend. So you can stand with your feet underneath you, lift and spread your toes. Take your hands on your back. Maybe I'm going to stand this way actually, so you see my good side. You're going to draw your elbows back behind you. And you're going to lift your chest up towards your ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Pardon? Watch out for the acorns, yes. Tuck your chin and then roll down into a standing forward fold. And then come on back up. So we're going to do Natrajasana, dancer pose. And I want to tell you why I chose dancer pose for a class on nourishing your soul. It was because I was thinking about the lyrics to the song by Leanne Womack. That's the cat I was talking about that was napping with us the other day. Came and curled up and had a nap with Tim and I. The cat's name is Boots. Hi, Boots. You come in and nap again? Meow. So, the reason why I chose Natrajasana was because of the lyrics from Leanne Womack's song. And Leanne Womack's song, the lyrics go like this. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance. And when you get the chance to sit out or dance, I hope you dance. And so to me, this really speaks to the importance of nourishing our soul, because it can be so easy to, let our hearts get broken, to sell out, to forget about nourishing our souls, and to sit out, to sit on the sidelines. So today we're going to dance with the dancer pose. Where did Boots go? Oh, Boots is staying. So let's bend your right knee. Reach around and hold on to your right foot or your right ankle. You can hold on to the inside edge of your foot and place your thumb on your big toe. Extend your left arm up. And then start to pull your heel away from your buttocks. And that will help to open up your chest. So I think your soul hopes that you will dance. Okay. Did you like that, Boots? Want to see the other side? Okay, let's do the other side. You're going to stand on your right foot now, and you're going to reach around and hold on to the inside of your left foot. You can also hold on to the top of your foot or your ankles, so do whatever works best for you and your body today. Stand through your right arm. Inhale, tuck your tailbone under. Exhale, and slowly start to pull your heel away from your buttocks. So listen to your own body. Do what works best for you today. Then you can release that side down. We're going to, after doing Natarajasana, you're going to roll your pelvis over your leg bones, come into Uttanasana. And then we're going to do Adho Mukha Svanasana. You're going to step back into downward facing dog. And in Adho Mukha Svanasana, I want you to take your right leg up and behind and really open up your hip. The bent leg. And do that on the other side too. So take your left leg up behind, open up your hip. And then slowly lower down. You're going to come down to seated. And you're going to extend your left leg out in front of you. Actually, if I'm mirroring you, you'll bend your left knee, extend your right leg out in front of you. And you're going to twist. So let's twist both ways, actually. Take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. And twist the other way. And then stay over top of your right leg and forward fold over it. And then slowly come upright and bend your right leg in, extend your left leg out. And we'll twist, take your left hand to the outside of your right leg. And then twist the other way. So take your right hand to the outside of your left leg now. And then hinge forward over your left leg. Okay, so now you're going to go ahead and rest back in Shavasana. You might even take your bolster and place it underneath your knees. You're going to stay resting back in Shavasana, and I am going to sit up and read that poem to you again by Kabir. So this is a poem that I chose that I used as the cornerstone for the teachings today, and I think it speaks really well to nourishing our soul. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. You can just let it go. Don't go outside your house to see flowers. My friend, don't bother with that excursion. Inside your body there are flowers. One flower has 1,000 petals. That will do for a place to sit. Sitting there will give you a glimpse of beauty, inside the body and out of it, before gardens and after gardens. So gradually allow your breath to deepen. Begin to wiggle and stretch out. Bend your knees. Roll to your right side. Slowly make your way up to seated. Elevate your hips on a folded blanket or meditation cushion. Or you can come to seated in a chair. And now we take the benefits of our practice of taking this time to nourish our soul and make it an offering to all those we are in relation with and all living beings. So we will sing the Ayurdehi mantra with the Vajra Pradhan Mudra. So bring your fingers together at the first knuckle and extend your thumbs upward. And we'll sing the Ayurdehi mantra 3 times. So root down through your sit bones, lengthen up through your spine. You can hold the mudra. Let's make space with breath and a sigh. Ayurdehi pranam dehi apanam dehi Vyanam dehi chakshur dehi shrotam dehi mano dehi vacham dehi atmanam dehi pratishtham dehi Mam Dehi Mayi Dehi Ayurdehi Pranam Dehi Apanam Dehi Vyanam Dehi Chakshur Dehi Shrotam Dehi Mano Dehi Vacham Dehi Atmanam Dehi Pratishtham Dehi Mam Dehi Mayi Dehi Ayurdehi Pranam Dehi Apanam Dehi Vyanam Dehi Chakshur Dehi Shrotam Dehi Mano Dehi Vacham Dehi Atmanam Dehi Pratishtham Dehi Mam Dehi Mayi Dehi. So thank you so much for joining us for episode 247 of Namaste Yoga. If you like today's show, then click on like, share it with a friend, or email it to a coworker. Like it and subscribe to our channel. Leave your comments below. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And today's question, so that you can leave your comments in the comment section, is how do you nourish your soul? Leave your comments below. Sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May you experience the strength of our mountains. May you be as rooted as the trees in our forest. And may your joy be as deep as our Pacific Ocean. Om Shanti. Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.